Hello everyone, it's Peter Cameron here. I just want to thank you all for participating in our Make a Difference PD. We have about 65 of you already and set up and ready to go and deliver your great Make a Difference ideas for May 7th, which is absolutely just 1 week away. So I think many of you, or all of you, are well on your way to being prepared for your Make a Difference half-hour session. Just want to remind you that we're looking at about a 30-minute total presentation. So about a 15-minute presentation by you, and then about 15 minutes for your audience members, should you have any, to interact with you and ask you questions. You might also want to ask your audience members for feedback. All right, so let's get on with the tech test, our next step. So I'm going to be doing a screencast and sharing all the necessary steps you should take to go about doing a tech test with your audience members. If you don't have audience members, honestly, don't worry about it. I know there's some reluctance still for people using this platform. So just keep in mind, if you don't have audience members, just go ahead and do your Make a Difference PD during the allotted amount of time when you have that time, when you're scheduled. And you can know that it will probably be being watched by a number of different people anyway, off camera. And then we also know that your PD session will be archived for anybody to view at any time. So that's the whole point of Make a Difference PD. And certainly you can share your link to your video to anybody that you would like, or on your blog or website or via Twitter. So here we go with the tech test. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do a tech test prior to May 7th is you want to log in to your Google browser, your Chrome browser, and go to YouTube. In YouTube, you want to go to My Channel and Video Manager. In Video Manager, you want to select Live Streaming and Events. So we know that everybody has gone ahead and created an event for their Make a Difference PD day. I will be presenting at 9 a.m. I'm actually changing that to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Really important that your audience recognizes the fact that it is an Eastern Standard Time. And you basically have your Hangout ready to go. You don't want to do your tech test with that link. All right, so what you want to do for your tech test is to create a new live event. And let's just call it Mad Tech Test. Okay, the time will be today for myself. I mean, obviously you can navigate through the calendar to select the time that you're going to be doing your tech test. And I'm going to be doing my tech test with the co-founder of Mad PD, Derek, at, we're going to say 8:30. It doesn't have to be exact. It's in Eastern Standard Time. We can edit that if need be. So make sure we go to Toronto. You can fill in the description if you would like. But again, not really necessary for the tech test. And then you're going to create the event. All right, so we can see here that we have our Mad Tech Test. It is scheduled for 8:30, April 30th, which is today. And now I am going to be sending this link to everybody who is going to be participating with me on air. All right, so hopefully you've collected the email addresses of the people who you're going to be doing this tech test with, and those are the people who also will be in your audience. If you haven't secured any audience members, again, don't worry about it. Still go ahead and do your tech test anyway. All right, so we're going to select Start Hangout on Air. All right, a little reminder that you already have the link for anybody to watch. There we go. Anybody that you want to watch your Make a Difference PD, not live on screen, already has this link on your profile page. All right, but this link is the link that you're going to be providing for your live audience members. All right, and it's right here. Very importantly, what you want to do is copy this link and send it to them via email. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. Copy the link, send it to them, your audience members, via email. Do not send the invite this way. Okay, so you're going to copy it, and I'll go ahead and send it to Derek, who is going to be my audience member. And you'll do the same thing. And what you're going to want to do, if say you have your Make a Difference PD session at 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time, probably want to get this out to your audience 20 minutes prior. Have them all click on the link. You'll be interacting, and then you will go live, as I'll demonstrate, at exactly 10 a.m. Okay, so you want to have a little bit of time in advance. So once again, remember this link, you're going to go on the day of your PD session, and you're going to copy it, paste it into emails to your participants, and they'll hit it hopefully within about 15 minutes of the event. For your tech test, you're going to do exactly the same thing, however, obviously prior to our PD day. So I'm going to go ahead, copy this, and send it away to Derek. Okay, it's Peter Cameron back again, and I've just emailed the link to Derek, and I'm back in the room that I've actually created that link to send to Derek, and I'm waiting for him to reply, and we should see Derek pop up in a second or two. Just a little reminder, when you send out that link to have your participants join, you're not broadcasting until you hit this start broadcast. Okay, so that's really important. And as we're waiting for Derek, I'll just review a few things. Number one, you want to make sure that only one person is speaking at a time. All right, everybody else's mics should be muted. So as soon as the person comes in, you want to maybe engage with them a little bit, say, welcome, good to see you, but can you please navigate up and mute your mic? Okay, so you would mute your microphone, and obviously you would know your mic is muted if you see the red on the mic. All right, otherwise, what's going to happen is Google Hangouts or YouTube Live is going to pick up everybody speaking and is going to try to navigate to whoever's speaking, and you're just going to have the screen jumping all over the place. All right, so very important tool to know and understand. Invite people, we've already done that. Turn camera off, obviously you want it on. And I really don't worry about these other options other than leave call. You'll leave that at the end. There is an option for participants to engage in a chat. All right, so there's that blue chat icon there, and somebody in the group can simply type in maybe as you're presenting. Okay, so waiting for Derek. Probably still putting the kids to bed, so no problem. All right, and I'll just hit return, and everybody within the chat will see that. All right, the other important one for everybody to understand, any Make a Difference presenters, would be that share screen. or the screen share. Okay, so if you have a PowerPoint or a Google Slide or a Keynote that you would like to share, you would have the option to share your screen. And when you're sharing your screen, you want to share your entire screen. That is very important as well. So whatever you're going to be sharing, okay, you're going to share your screen. Okay, that looks a little bit odd for a second, but not to worry. And I'll go ahead and pick up something that I would like to share. Well, obviously I'm sharing now with everybody. Okay,
Hey, Peter.
there's Derek. So he's popped in, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Hey, Derek, how's it going?
I'm sorry I'm late.
Yeah, you know what? No problem. I just said we're just waiting for Derek. He's probably still putting his kids to bed.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, is that what you're? Is that
How's
what?
it going here? How's it looking?
Yeah, it's looking great. So really, what I'm doing right now is just kind of demoing exactly what our participants need to do their tech tests. So I think it's very, very important that the Make a Difference presenters prior to May 7th, hopefully they've gotten some audience members and they'll go ahead and try this out with their members ahead of time, just so it's hopefully going to go flawlessly on the day of. Because at that point, for our Make a Difference presenters, they're going to be pretty much on their own, right? It's going to be impossible for us to problem solve at that point.
Yeah,
So
it's a bit tight. I mean, to reach out the moment of, it's a bit tight.
yeah, for sure. So that's why important that you go ahead and do this now. Now, one thing, Derek, and for the rest of the presenters, they're asking, is it imperative that you have audience members? And I'm actually saying no. It would be nice if you have one or two, three people. You don't need nine to interact and engage with. Um, but if you can't secure audience members, or you're having a hard time, still go ahead and do your 15 minutes of Make a Difference PD, and you can guarantee that other people will be watching anyway, and at least it'll be archived, and you can share it after the fact. What do you think, Derek?
Yeah, I agree. I think it also really depends on your message or like how you're delivering it, right? I mean, some presentations might lend themselves to a smaller group or no group. Others might be more conversational. Like if you're like me, like I would love to have the whole gamut full and bounce it off everybody. But if you've got a really strong visual presentation that doesn't sort of require conversation, then I can understand why you would have nobody or one or two key people. Also, there's a few presenters who are talking about kind of stacking the deck a bit and bringing in field to end up being part of really, like sort of really get, adding content, which I think is really interesting too. So, I mean, I think you and I got an email that said, from your experience, what's better? The reality is we don't have any experience. So I think whatever the presenter is most comfortable with, it's probably a really great place to start. Because the way we're trying to set this up, I feel like dialogue is sort of important, and it would be nice to have some people involved in the presentation, so it's not just sort of because otherwise you might as well just record it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I can understand where that's coming from, and I could be wrong. So try what makes you comfortable. And Peter's right; people are going to listen sort of either way, whether or not they're actually plugged into the corner of your presentation. They're still going to be watching. So
Yeah, yeah, and absolutely, Derek. And you know what, Derek? I'm going to get you to mute your mic. We're just kind of demoing that as well. So Derek will go ahead and mute his
sure.
mic in the upper screen, because when you're doing your presentation, you're going to definitely want to have the rest of your participants having their mics muted. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of people playing back and forth, and it's going to jump all over the place. One very important key is to mute your mic. And just to kind of just springboard a little bit off of what Derek has said there as well, I agree. I think it's important to try to get a few audience members. It's the power of Google Hangouts that allows that. But if you can't, and you have your Make a Difference presentation ready to go, by all means, record it live during your given time, and and you know, I'm pretty sure it's getting pretty big. Like, it's people are getting excited about it. We have 1 week left, and you can see all the presenters now starting to share and starting to get a lot of feedback. And yeah, it's really exciting. And so and again, this is something that's brand new. We have close to 70 of on board, and we'll see where it goes. So the tech test is basically already demoed. You can see how Derek and I have interacted and engaged. All right. So right around the day on the day of your presentation, say for example, mine's at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. When you have your 3 or 4 members, or what have you, who are ready to interact and engage, you're going to hit the start broadcast screen. And that's when you'll know that what you're doing is going to be recorded on YouTube, and it's also being broadcast live for other audience members to listen to. And so then really what we suggest is you do your 15-minute slam, your 15-minute make a difference presentation. You can share your screen as I've suggested. And I do know Derek as well, just talking to Joe Grabowski, who really is the expert in all things Google Hangouts. When you share your screen, you want to share your entire screen. And then just for Derek's information as well, go ahead, Derek.
No, I'm just stretching. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm a hand talker.
No, I just, you must have, or maybe I unmuted your mic. And then just the other thing, Derek, is talking to Joe this weekend. Joe said, when you share your link, cut and paste it and send it in an email. Very importantly, don't do it through the application. All right. You also might want to send the link via direct message. All right. So basically, the last thing to demo.
Did you say anything about when to send that link? Like we were discussing that you have to send it like once you've opened the window, you send the link. You can't do it days before. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Joe suggests that, you know, obviously everybody right now has their event already set up, right? So you're going to go on, you're going to go into the window and send it. Joe suggests about 25 minutes before, all right? And then you want to leave that window open, and you'll see people starting to pop on, just as you saw Derek here as well. And then, like I said, go ahead, Derek.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, I think that's good stuff. Did you? I mean, I'm not sure what you've done before I got here. Did you talk about the map, because that map is really cool? It's starting to propagate a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know what? So basically, the tech test demo video is over, other than start broadcast. So you would go ahead. I'm going to start that broadcast. Okay, you're going to just hit OK. So now we actually are broadcasting live on YouTube, and this will be recorded. Okay. Actually, there is some lag time. Sorry, I forgot that. So now it's showing that we're live on air. It is being broadcast, and so you'll go ahead, present for 15 minutes, and then turn it over to your audience members, have them unmute their mic if they have a question for you. A few tacks that people are taking as well are simply they're presenting and they're asking their audience for feedback. All right, and when you're done, you're going to stop the broadcast, and it will automatically be archived to YouTube and accessible via that link that you have linked to your profile page. So that's pretty much as far as the tech test. It's done. Again, we suggest you do this by Friday at the latest with your audience members, and you should be good to go on the day of, which is May 7th. Derek, now as far as the rest of the stuff, yeah, that Make a Difference map, the presenters are pinning their locations on that map. It's pretty cool, and they're also including their blogs and their websites and their profiles. What we'd really like to do is have people who are going to be participating join or pin as well. Derek, any you know what? I'll turn it over to you. I'm going to mute my mic and let you speak to any kind of next steps or anything you're thinking.
I don't think there's sort of much else to say. I like that you're suggesting that people do a dry run. I also like the idea that they're doing a dry run with the people that will be in your group. I would do that to make sure the folks who are going to be in the group have a chance to work with their technical problems as well. So that'd be useful. And yeah, I mean, just have fun with it and go for it. Spread the word through your PL as much as you can. Like Peter said, I think it's starting to get pretty big, but the more we spread it, of course, the bigger it's going to get. Um, in telling people, I've been trying to break down some of the technical challenges. So you might find that this YouTube live stuff's pretty easy for you, but for a lot of people, it's pretty new, even just watching it. So I have a collection of people that are gathering together around a computer, and they're just sort of making an event of it. They're gonna go to one person's house, and four of them are gonna share a screen, and they feel more comfortable that way. So talk to people in your staff room and whoever else is at your fingertips that might not otherwise see the sort of technical ability. It's please use your Twitter networks and all those networks, but think about the other ones too, like who are the people you see in the hallways, who are the people you see, whatever neighbors, etc. So yeah, I don't think the technical piece sounds like it's good to go, and I mean I'm just really pleased about how many people are set to go. Peter's saying email, and I'm not sure. Oh, he's just saying use your email network, so send emails out to people. I don't know if you have a blast that you can blast people at your school or district, or maybe probably don't have access to that, but whoever you can email, um, that's a good idea. And looking forward to it. So Peter and I can answer or work towards answering technical questions throughout the week, but he's correct in that it'll be pretty tough to answer any questions in the moment. Um, so let's see if we can work the kinks out during the week. That's it for me.
Yeah, and then you know what, Derek, I'll just add to that. We really are. I mean, we are obviously all quite well connected through Twitter. It seems this is how we've kind of established the Make a Difference PD, and people are privy, being on Twitter, to tons of professional development. So we're trying really to reach out to those people who maybe aren't on social media. So email, I think, could be really really effective as well, just by letting people know and reminding them that they don't have to interact and engage live on air. They can simply watch this. And I think it would be great. And I love Derek's idea of people coming together and watching these events and talking about it as well, right? Because there's so much that it's just a conversation starter for a lot of people as well. And if you're inclined to blogging and you have a blog post that you might use to kind of try to explain MadPD or try to promote it, please make sure that you're using the hashtag MadPD. And yeah, and I think really the important piece here is, like any presentation you do, and I know that this is for some people the first presentations that they are doing, and we're incredibly excited about that. But the more you are prepared for any presentation, obviously I don't have to tell you that, I'm speaking to teachers, the more smoothly it'll go. But it is important to know that come the day of, um, it will be too late to problem solve. So you want to definitely do your tech test and feel comfortable about it ahead of time.
The other thing that I had a couple questions that really surprised me, Peter. Of somebody asked what organization we were involved with, and how you and I have done this before. And so let's just be clear: Peter and I are just a couple dudes, and this really is the unconference. This is really um, teachers providing or educators providing professional development for other educators, and so um, I think it's sort of a real powerful, exciting thing. And we've said before, we're pumped how many people are doing it, but we're really putting this baby, this idea of ours to you, the presenters. So thank you so much for willing to give it a go. And please be creative, push it. You want to make promo videos, you want to do podcasts, you want to send emails, whatever you want to do, go nuts.
Yeah, because, and just to add to that, I think, yeah, Derek and I we kind of came up with the idea, but really this is the Make a Difference team right here, the 65 of us. And just incredibly excited about how many people are willing to share their best ideas that make a difference in their classroom. And when this starts to domino, I think we can all feel pretty proud of hopefully the difference we're making for ultimately our students. So thanks to everybody.